Yeah, we got a Group A matchup right at like, you know, sort of the deadline, sort of, kind of. And it's going to be INSUPERABLE versus SaysO. Oh my god. I got a comment already on them, but like, okay. Top left, our red undead player. It is INSUPERABLE, and he is going for Ghoul build opener, which I think he's, you know, kind of one of the builds he's just most comfortable with to begin with. Figure out next to the Acolyte. And at the bottom right, our yellow random player getting Night Elf. It is SaysO. SaysO played Dirtbag last night, and he played random as well, and he got Night Elf 3 times in a row. So why not keep the streak up? 4th time Night Elf. Let's go. SaysO. Well, let's hope he starts to really like Night Elf. I believe Night Elf's considered his weakest race, so yeah. But he definitely does still do some things really good with Night Elf. There are some things where I'm like, maybe that could be different from the perspective of an actual Night Elf player. But otherwise, you know, his micro and stuff carries him a bit. Orb of Venom micro and so on, especially. This is going to be a rough matchup for SaysO though, because INSUP is extremely good against Night Elf, but INSUP is going the Crypt Lord. Oh, he's hoping for the 3 out of 4 that it's not Night Elf, but it is Night Elf, and we do see Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord, as many know, is theoretically bad against Night Elf because beetles can be dispelled by wisps. Now, saying that, the Night Elf does still have to be very careful with keeping those wisps alive to get good enough detonates, as since wisps are 120 health, medium armor, they do die to skeletons, beetles, ghouls really quickly. But if spotted properly, you can take advantage of these beetles by just detonating them all. And SaysO, of course, just going for the keeper, opening up his expo, might even pop down an expo right away. SaysO, I noticed this last night as well, doesn't really scout much with Elf, maybe prioritizing getting that extra bit of wood by not moving his wisps around. But I feel like this is possibly a situation where he would have liked to scout. And INSUP sees the news that it's a Night Elf. But he already has a Ziggurat up, Necropolis on the way, and he can always transition into Impale, doesn't have to stick with beetles. SaysO going over with some wisps, but these wisps, I mean, I guess his goal is just to get some nice deados, but nice split from INSUP, and look how fast the wisp dies. He gets 1 beetle kill. And Ghoul nicely microed back. INSUP trying to take out the archers when he can. Another wisp does get the skeletons this time. That wisp was actually decent, because it also hit the Crypt Lord, got rid of his mana. And now the Crypt Lord trying to take out the archer, but nicely microed back by SaysO. And our Night Elf now on the defensive. And see, here's the thing, if the Undead really only has a couple beetles each time, you really don't want to be investing detonates every time. But this damage on the Crypt Lord is huge. There's no TP on the Crypt Lord. SaysO can block him with archers. He can block... Oh, level 2 Crypt Lord. Now much harder to kill. A lot of summons out. Will get detonated. But it is not for free. 3 wisps gone for those detonates. 180 gold worth and less wood harvesting time. But it is a bit of XP. Does get SaysO closer to his level 3, as we can see with just this one more green camp item creep. He will be level 3, and then he can start to put the pressure with likely level 2 Entangle. He does immediately choose Entangle, Sometimes you will actually see treants and then some sort of push play on the like expansion. But Entangle is of course the safe play. Secures ghoul kills. Can even secure hero kills or fiend kills if you have enough damage to follow it. And INSUP on the other side, claws, gloves of haste. The Crypt Lord hits pretty hard, but with such low health pool right now, going to be a little tough for him to do much. And he has not picked up a Staff of Tele either, but he's on top of the tree. Crypt Lord needs to be careful, but this is a lot of damage coming in on the tree. However, SaysO is here. He is level 3, and this will not work for INSUP, I believe. The ghoul's not going to be able to stand up like Defend Footman can in this sort of push. So the tree is going to get up. SaysO, nice impale there, but nice Detto return. A couple archers about to fall. SaysO has saved his tree and killed quite a few ghouls himself on top of the skeletons and beetles. Another archer pickoff. INSUP still not level 3, but doing a good job managing to keep his crippler alive. However, needs to be really careful. Go for the surround, dude. Okay, maybe he doesn't even need it here. Does get the kill. INSUP calls the GG. And SaysO takes the first game from INSUP going the Crypt Lord first, and I do not think we will see a Crypt Lord first next time. I think he will go with the Death Knight. He'll be like, okay bro, we have our second match here, and a surprise! Our random player has finally got something that was not Night Elf. We see human for SaysO. And so I think SaysO doesn't hate this matchup in playing it. I don't know. I think he doesn't hate it, because I've seen him do decent with human against Undead. I believe he actually played human against Mikhail as well. And then at the top right, we have INSUP. We'll see if he's able to turn this game around here. As first game, a little caught out with going Crypt Lord first. So the big question is, does he go Crypt Lord again, believing SaysO will get something else? Or does he just go for the safer Death Knight play? And also, for those of you that don't know, it is the Grinchy's birthday today. So if you see him around, you can say something if you'd like. I know he pops into a lot of streams. But yeah, we do actually see the Crypt Lord once again for INSUP. Not going to go for the Death Knight, but instead continue on with believing SaysO will not random elf twice in a row. And SaysO going for the Archmage. No Mountain King shenanigans or Paladin shenanigans. Standard build. He does have an interesting build layout here though. Triple farm behind the altar. Once this tree is chopped, he has 1, 2, 3 openings into his base. So quite interesting. And he's going to go for the shop first. I do think this is a pretty good creep route. And with INSUP going Crypt Lord Ghoul build, he's not going to harass this either. So being able to take this camp, followed by this, and then the expansion, will get you level 3. And that can be very nice. Yeah, let me update the score as well. It is SaysO up 1-0. And we see a circlet for SaysO. INSUP on the other side did sell his TP once again. And will be happy this time to not be facing a Night Elf, I believe. And going immediately for the Haunted Gold Mine as well. Very interesting play. Maybe because of the lack of scouting from SaysO. He just feels comfortable to plop it down right away. But doing this can be very costly if it gets cancelled right after. You do not want to cancel your haunted gold mine if possible. And we have a little skirmish here. Footman getting focused, but the police are going to be flanking. He was already preparing to creep his expansion, so the police already called. Militia on the way. INSUP trying to get a bit of XP, but nicely denied by SaysO. Snipes the water alley. INSUP so wanted that for his level 2. And now INSUP has to back off, not getting the damage he wanted there. However, he has delayed SaysO's expo. He has got his own expo up, but his Crypt Lord taking so much damage. Would like to see probably boots. Staff of Teleportation could be an option as well. And we see, oh my, he locked in the surround, but the skeleton expired. And now we see SaysO going to expand in front of INSUP's face. And it will work, of course. There is plenty of militia here, but how much damage can INSUP do? Can he get level 2 quick enough to potentially steal something with an impale? Possibly even surround the Archmage. He goes for the Archmage surround. Crypt Lord needs to back out, but the Archmage will have to TP. Level 3 Archmage, but having to TP out. More delay on the expansion. INSUP snags the item, snags the tome. And sitting pretty good. He's got his expo coming up. Producing acolytes now to saturate it. He is a little bit vulnerable if SaysO just heals up and does a 1 base counter push. Oh my god. Running to the shop. Wants boots maybe? Boots and staff. Some skeletons scouting out. Yeah, INSUP is a bit vulnerable to a counter push. Even more so after creeping this. Oh my god, his entire army is red health. But he picked up a Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest is huge. Oh, Water Ellie gets 1 ghoul. However, double abolish will secure the XP. Oh my god, I did not even see INSUP got heal wards. That is insane for his Crypt Lord. The value, it will be killed here, but the value has already been huge. He healed like 300 HP in that time. And with a tower up, a couple ranged piercing damage units, and no defend, INSUP's looking pretty strong here. Even level 3 now, will be able to summon beetles if he likes. He did in fact skill beetles. Might look for a surround on the water ellie. And the mine is saturated. He even has an extra acolyte, maybe produced 1 too many. And his tech is started as well. SaysO going to have to back out. And the heal ward. Not necessary to heal those ghouls, but I believe he wants to keep the pressure up with those ghouls. So rather than waiting for, you know, a couple minutes of them healing on Blight, he will instead invest the heal ward, get them healed right away, and then look to pressure with the ghouls soon, I believe. See us around on the water ellie. Nicely stutter stepping the attack there to make sure he gets the XP. And now the Crypt Lord has actually surpassed the Archmage. Archmage was 3 when the Crypt Lord was just reaching 2, and now the Archmage hasn't even really got any further XP, and the Crypt Lord 3.5 gets us around. SaysO got greedy for the troll. Has to staff out. And does have his own counter expo mining now. 6 workers on it currently. Moves 1 off for a tower. INSUP sees the expo, sees the arcane, will instead opt to just continue creeping. I think that's a wise choice. More mercenaries picked up as well. Shadow Priest, of course, very valuable for this sort of army. You want the Dispel, you want the heal for your Crypt Lord sometimes, although he does still, of course, have 1 more heal ward. Very valuable. And level 4 Crypt Lord. Now with that level 2 Impale, a bit more mana as well. SaysO needs to start being a little careful about that. And both abolishes are used. Huge XP. The Crypt Lord has taken off. Look at that. 4.3 already. SaysO. Tech is only halfway done. Couple guard towers. A lot of towers overall. And tier 3 underway for INSUP. And he already has an expo. I would say INSUP's in a pretty good position. I think SaysO was doing alright at the start. But then being forced to TP after that Impale just kind of spiraled everything out of control there. And INSUP getting a lot done. Gets a greater mana potion. Oof. Oh my god. Is this camp actually easily doable? He does have heal ward. Maybe he'll invest it here. The ghoul's very weak to these creeps, and he might even lose the ogre mauler. Does lose it to the clap, but I guess eventually the beetles will overcome this. Does lose one more ghoul as well though. However, losing a couple ghouls, probably not the worst when he is able to get level 5 off of this. And a big item. It is Cloak of Flames. Not necessarily what he wanted, but it is, you know, it is one of those high cost items. He could always sell it if he wants. However, I don't think it's terrible either. The Crypt Lord will oftentimes be in the middle of the human's army. And not likely the focus either, so it will give a lot of damage over time. And there's so many towers. Are we gonna see tank play? I feel like this is tanks or something, right? Oh, INSUP going for the tower still, and even investing in Impale on the peasants. Cloak of Flames killing the peasants off. Immolation in the peasant line. Oh my god, Demon Hunter roleplay. Ah, and INSUP already halfway to level 2 on his DK, getting a lot of damage here. Look at this Crypt Lord go. He's tanking all of the tower hits. SaysO trying to kill a single fiend. Will actually get one, but he lost so much in return. And INSUP already almost level 2 just from this attack. More peasants about to fall. 3 of them in the red. Berserker falls for INSUP. SaysO finally getting some counter kills. And the MK is here as well. INSUP needs to start being really careful. More fiends are falling. This is being a little too much for him to handle anymore. SaysO has defended it. But there were quite a few losses. Quite a few peasants down, a tower down, even got some elemental XP. MK also half health, will need to find time to heal up. Castle is still a ways away, and it's going to be airplay. We see Griffin Aviaries. That was my second guess if it was not tanks. But airplay. I think it's cool, I just don't know how good it is. INSUP splitting the XP here with the Crypt Lord level 5 still there. So missing out on a bit of XP, not a big deal though. Look at all this strength, dude. I almost want to see him pick up a Pit Lord and drop these items on it. Oh my god. Going back in, even invest the mana potion, wants to use the Impale and get a bunch of damage here on the peasant line. INSUP SaysO resaturates it, but INSUP still here, might get another Impale. Trying to jockey for position. However, SaysO's army is weak, and there is a sapper coming in from the backside from INSUP. Oh, sneaky sapper! Triple! Oh, all the towers are weak. The last Impale was also used. A lot of weak peasants, but one statue falls. MK has to run away. A fiend falls as well. Elementals putting in work. However, the Lich with the orb and the Nova has arrived. More peasants falling. Another fiend going to fall. Oh my god, these are messy fights. A statue also getting low, but will be moved back just in time. But the towers are now in range of the statue. Might be able to micro it and kill it off. Statue might get chased down. Oh, there's no boots on the Archmage anymore. It was moved to the MK. Focus fire on the Lich. There is no coils available, but SaysO has to be careful with his own heroes. Lich microed away, low health, and Paladin is coming. Triple Aviary. Do we have... We have a staff on the MK. No Orb of Fire yet, though. Might want to pass that staff over to the Archmage. But the Lich is gonna go down. Next bolt. Next couple hits. Slap it. Slap it. Okay. But in the meantime, iNSUP was killing the entire peasant line with his Criplord. Huge damage. But the Criplord has no escape. No coil. SaysO gets a huge kill. Major experience. Paladin literally just spawned and already has 100 XP. Mountain King is nearing level 3. Archmage has hit level 5. Goes for those level 3 Water Tauren, as there is not much for destroyers in the air yet. Not to mention it takes a lot of devours to even kill those things. They have 800 health. And Criplord rebought. Criplord does have quite a lot of value. He has huge right-click damage with all these strength items. And he has a Cloak of Flames available, so still a lot of value even after the rebuy. And the Lich is back as well with the Orb, 1 Nova available. We see a Relics getting put up, Ghouls being brought, no Temples or anything of the sort. I'm not actually sure if he's seen the Aviaries either, but you do eventually want Banshee. Oh my god, Coil Nova coming out on the Archmage forces the TP. You do eventually want Banshees against the Aviaries. Oh my god, the Paladin is stuck. He's trapped. Bro, what are you doing here? Get out of your base. Anyway, you do eventually want Banshees against the Aviaries, as anti-magic shell will be very powerful against Griffin's magic damage. But so far, iNSUP looks to be in an advantageous position, but the MK is nearing 3, and this XP matters a lot. MK has reached 3, but the staff is on the MK. He never got to pass it to the Archmage. MK falls. But iNSUP does have to get out of here. He brought a lot of Ghouls, but Ghouls aren't going to do much against these Griffins. There is no Fiends here. Griffins can start going to work. Only the Orb to really worry about. But the hero focus, the Archmage falls, level 5 Archmage. Just right click the heroes. Lol. Lol. Paladin working on that farm, finally free. He's here to save the day. But there is 4 destroyers. 5, oh my god, 5 destroyers. And they actually do quite a bit against this magic damage Griffins. I believe it was a wrong map choice, probably. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Did they make iNSUP 4? Or is it iNSUP 3? Okay. Yeah, it was. They did in fact choose the wrong map accidentally, starting too quickly. And it will be the correct map at this time. Northern Isles. And spawning at the bottom left, our red undead player iNSUPERABLE. Once again going for the ghoul build. I would assume Criplord as well. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a Death Knight on Northern Isles. We'll see what happens. And at the top right, our random player has randomed his main race, Undead. And we shall see what SaysO does now that he's in a mirror matchup. How does he take advantage of this? I think the common way to take advantage of this is to go Lich, because you know iNSUPERABLE is most likely going to go Criplord after having done so the previous 2 games against random. So going Lich against that can be very powerful, trying to deny the expansion play. Nova can hit really hard against the Criplord and just keep him low health. But it is going to be the counter Criplord. It is Criplord against Criplord. We got a beetle mirror, boys. I hope y'all like your beetles. Oh my god. SaysO looking for some critters. I think he actually killed one here as well. So he will likely get beetles and then skeletons and be able to creep very efficiently for the gold mine right away. iNSUP, on the other hand, not going for the extra acolyte, now does so a bit late, I believe. But we'll actually have a small period of time to find a critter before the Criplord reaches there, as the Criplord does still need to spawn and then purchase Rod. And he does find a critter. Nicely done. Just in time. Sells his TP. Sack Skull is purchased as well. Both sides Sack Skull, but TP is kept for SaysO. And I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure iNSUP saw that there was an Acolyte Scout, so he should know that it is Undead Mirror this time. And we see a difference already. SaysO immediately going for the Expo, since he did have 2 critters to work with. He had beetles and skellies already to start this fight. Camp will be fairly easy for him. Only 1 ghoul needing to be microed back afterwards. And gets claws plus 9. That is a huge item pickup. Your Criplord damage can be huge in these fights, assuming your Criplord doesn't get Impale focused. So that could be something iNSUP identifies and decides to limit the SaysO's Criplord's damage. Yeah, a reminder here, iNSUP, our red Undead, and SaysO, our yellow Undead. It can, of course, be a little confusing sometimes with double Undead, and we see a little beetle run by. But there is a tower just about to finish, which will help a lot. No surround on the Acolyte yet. Oh, this one might get surrounded. Does get it out just in time though, but put right back into the surround. Oh no. We might see one go down. And SaysO moving into the expansion as well. Beetles into SaysO's main too. iNSUP fighting fronts everywhere. Going to lose an Acolyte. 1 Acolyte falls, but we shall watch the fight. And SaysO going for the Impale right away. Wants to get these early pickoffs on the ghouls, but counter Impale will save this 1 ghoul. And iNSUP, with his route, has managed to reach level 3 already, and these level 2 beetles are carries. They have 300 health, 15 to 18 damage. They are one of the strongest units on the field now, apart from the Criplord himself. And SaysO immediately withdraws most of his army. I believe he only got 1 Acolyte here. The other one did survive, I believe. I don't see a corpse at least, unless it's hidden. And SaysO looking to do a little split creeping, wants to get his own level 3, and will be able to do so here. iNSUPERABLE did get a Periapt from his gold mine camp, and of course Circlet is very nice. Periapt is okay-ish, you know, extra tank ability for your Death Knight later, for instance, could be good, because Death Knight sometimes ends up being a lot of the focus, as he's the main healer and the aura provider. And we see a couple run-bys here. 1 Ziggurat will be cancelled by iNSUP, and on the other side, The gold mine cancelled for SaysO. Neither side able to get up their expo. INSUP immediately staffs out. Might see a ghoul picked off here. Oh, couple ghouls? Couple ghouls fall. On the other side, INSUP looks like he got one ghoul here and almost another, but that one will escape. And now we see a bit of surrounds in the center. I'm not sure how good it is, but it is mostly beetles. And the impale only hits the healthy ghouls. Not going to secure much for kills there. And SaysO out of mana now, whereas INSUP still has mana for an impale if wanted. And now we see some interesting micro plays. The goal here is to lose as little ghouls as possible, and of course kill as many ghouls as possible. And while doing that, they will just keep summoning beetles. And we see beetle on beetle action. Beetles being sent to the expansion now. Nice block here to save that one ghoul. And the expansion will have a tower coming up. The gold mine is in cancel range. I'm not sure if the beetles themselves can cancel it, but if the Crypt Lord and a couple ghouls show up, this is very cancelable. However, SaysO instead going into the main and finds a bunch of red health ghouls. Can he get some kills? One ghoul picked off, but the other one's microed to the other side. Another ghoul picked off. And the gold mine. Oh, can he still do it? The towers are working overtime. Oh my god, he actually gets the cancel still. Huge pickup by SaysO. I thought it wouldn't be enough with just the beetles and the one ghoul. I thought he would need his hero there as well. But he barely gets it. Just the last couple attacks coming in. I do think it was cancelled. So there is a little bit of resources going back towards INSUP, but having to cancel that is huge. And the Fiend is trapped. The Relics is a block here. One Acolyte missing currently. More beetles going to work. And INSUP is mining on his expo now. SaysO is mining on his expo now. Still tier 1 for INSUP, not able to get his expo up himself yet. Whereas SaysO already almost halfway to tier 2. Expo mining. Looking good for our yellow undead player, SaysO. We see a little bit of a surround attempt here on the ghoul. Looks like he will be able to lock this one in. And getting close to that level 4. But SaysO already level 4 himself. Graveyard on the way. And if SaysO was paying enough attention there, he was in the main, he knew Acolytes were being produced, he knows INSUP still wants to saturate this mine, and with knowing that INSUP's tech is so far behind, we could see SaysO go directly into triple crypt Gargs. We do see the second crypt. Do we see a third? I do think it would be a strong play. A bunch of Gargs against an opponent who's not even teching tier 2 yet. He's still not teching tier 2, whereas SaysO is tier 2 about to finish. But I wouldn't hate if he just played standard, you know, Fiend, Statue, Banshee, Destroyer, Anti-Magic Shell stuff. See what he decides to go into. Inventory a bit full. We'll probably use his wand here. And the tier 2 has finished immediately tier 3, so it will be Fiends, not Gargoyles. Death Knight, of course, as the second hero choice. And tier 2 only now just started for INSUP. Will need a bit of a comeback here to get back in this game. Finds a Flute of Accuracy, definitely strong. And picks up a Sapper, but immediately caught. Has to explode on the ghouls. No kills, but they are weak now. INSUP might be trying to get some. Does he have an Impale? We see an Impale! Triple kill! Quadruple kill! Oh my god! The Sapper into the Impale! What is this game? What am I watching? And INSUP trying to secure this level 6. SaysO has no anti-air yet. He does have a Fiend on the way, but I do not believe Web is researched yet. Oh, we see one Gargoyle. He is producing a Garg. Wants to put pressure. INSUP does see the Fiend now. Does have to be a little careful. Might even test to see if Web pops out by moving it over there. Yeah, there is no just some little Zeppelin micro plays. Insup going to have to be careful here soon. He has no TP and there is a Garg on the way. I think he spotted it. It is daytime. He will move away. And the Zeppelin in safety of the towers now. What was that, dude? Fiends, statues. We see the temple for the Banshees. Second crypt for Insupt. Just now starting to produce his own fiends. So there will be a bit of a timing here for SaysO. He is ahead in gold, he is ahead in XP, and he is ahead in tech. But Insup can of course catch up. Or no, actually, yeah, Insup does have actually pretty equal XP. So maybe no XP advantage, but other advantages do exist. We see SaysO at 1500 gold and 50 supply, or just under 50. Whereas Insup still at 39 supply, 450 gold, just starting his tier 3 tech, adding the slaughterhouse, adding his death knight. We'll need those coils as soon as possible. And it will likely be Impale 3. It is Impale 3. Level 5 for SaysO, also Impale 3. And what do we see? Ankh of Reincarnation, not too great. You would ideally get a Mana Stone, I believe. Or of course Health Stone can be okay. Circumstantially. Oh, Shredder. Shredder might get caught out. Nerubian also may die very quickly. Shredder is just about down. That Gargoyle working on it. Beetle's going to work on it. Shredder falls. Tower kept alive by the Acolytes. But can Insup even defend this? There's already 2 statues for a lot of sustain. Insup wisely focusing them now. You want to get those statues out of the fight. But the Acolytes are falling. The Crypt Lord's still weak. He has Roar. He has a Mana Potion. So he can potentially stop this push over time. But it will take a lot to do so. Nice Impale there, but one tower has already fallen. The other one cannot be repaired as the Acolytes have also fallen. And SaysO doing tons of damage. The Lich has arrived with double Mana Potion and Orb, and that's likely the dagger here. Can you fight against an Orb without an Orb? I do not think so. We'll see what he can do though, but the Death Knight gets focused. Insup realizes, calls the GG. And SaysO taking the 2-1 here over iNSUPERABLE. Nice play there.